Alright, now here is my webpage on ancestry.com. I've done the DNA from there, and I've also uploaded it to myheritage.com because I've had a lot of research done on that as well. And I also went to a few other pages. There is my family tree DNA, uploaded my information and raw DNA file from Ancestry to that as well. I've got some matches on that as well. And then I went to GEDmatch, which is now GEDmatch Genesis. So, back to Ancestry.com. I've got trees on here. I've my home page. I'm going to take you to my DNA page now. This was when I first got my results back on February 2nd. Let's see here. It's going to take me to my ethnicity estimate, which was pretty much what I expected. Eastern Europe and Russia, Poland, Slovakia, Hungary, Romania. As I said, my maternal grandfather, his family came from Poland and Lithuania. So there's, the Polish and Slovakian, Hungary. And I was always told that I did on my research, my paternal side was Romanian. So I said, okay, 59%, that makes sense. My paternal side also, I was told from my Uncle Gary that we had a lot of English and Irish in us. So, there goes, I see that there, I didn't know about the Norway or Baltic states or Sweden or Spain. But, I always, joked around and said I'm a Heinz 57. If it's there, I'm in it. It's part of me. There's no Native American in there. I know it says additional communities or whatnot. Let's see, other regions tested, and nothing really comes up much. Let's see, America. I'll click on that and see what that shows. Native American, let's see. But it says North, Central, South. There's no coloration on my map. So which means the stories that I've heard about the Native American side, we kind of debunk that, I guess. So, a lot of families had that. So I'm going to go back to, let's see, my ethnicity estimates, and there's the map where, in the overview, shows where most of my family roots come from. Of course, the largest one being Eastern Europe and Russia. And let's see, I'm going to click on DNA again, and I'm going to go to my matches. Well, lo and behold, here's the first 3 on there. 2 of them are coming up as close family. Well, I contacted both of them because being 1914 centimorgans over 77 segments, if you go to, let me open up another page here, DNA Painter. Okay, I'm going to go to the Shared CM tool and type in 1914, and this is what it comes up with. So this woman is either, let's see, a grandparent, aunt, uncle, half-sibling, niece, nephew, or grandchild. Well, I can say she's not my grandparent. She's the same age as my mother. So there's no way she could be my grandparent. Aunt, I wasn't sure about that because I didn't know where she fit in because I've never heard of her. And I knew my birth certificate father had a brother but no sisters. And on my mother's side, maternal side, there was only her. So I didn't have any aunts, you know, biological aunts there. Half sibling, couldn't go with that because she, as I said, she's around the same age as my mother. Actually, she's a year older than my mother, so I couldn't figure how she could be a half sibling, seeing how both my biological parents were the same age. Niece or nephew, no, that wouldn't work. And she couldn't be a grandchild, so she's got to be an aunt of some sort. So, let's see. And I'll go back to John. John is 1884 centimorgans. And I'll go to the DNA painter for that. And type in the 1884. Which comes up the same as what Susan showed up as. Well, he's the same age as me. He's only 2 months older than me. So being a grandparent, aunt or uncle, niece or nephew or grandchild seemed to be out of the picture. Because of the age difference, you know, being only 2 months apart. So I thought, I found my brother. My father wasn't lying after all. You know, my birth certificate father, Michael. So, I got in contact with him. And, the next one down, is my cousin Jesse. He is my known first cousin on maternal side. So, I knew that, you know, and these people here, I don't know who they are. They're not anybody I've known. Pretty much the rest of my DNA matches, I don't know who they are either. So, I did link up, you know, which is maternal side and which is paternal. So, I'll get to that later on. But, so, I get a hold of John. And he tells me that he was adopted as a baby. And he knows who his birth parents are because he has actually done the DNA himself. So, he told me he found his father on myheritage.com. So, I went to this. And I uploaded my information from ancestry.com. This is my webpage on MyHeritage. I've done, you know, extensive research on this, I've said. And thought, okay, well, I'm going to check it out and see. You know, there's got all my stuff there. I'm going to go to what the shock was to me. I'm going to go to my overview first. And it says, okay, this isn't the shock. Ethnicity estimates. I have 4 ethnicities. Eastern Europe, Balkan, and 2 others. Let's see what the 2 others are. I don't think I can click on that, can I? Well, let's see. Oh, full view estimate. Okay, so I've got Eastern Europe, North and West Europe, Southern Europe. That takes up, Eastern Europe takes up 69%. West Europe takes up 26%. And South Europe takes up 4.8%. Iberian, let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay. I click on Iberian, and okay, so it's Spain and Portugal and France, Italy. So, but most of my DNA comes from Eastern Europe, which I was pretty sure of. You know, I knew that from the Lithuanian, Poland, Romanian. So, let's see. I will go to my DNA matches. This is where it got a little scary and a little nerve-wracking because I found something on here that I did not know. And I'll pull it up right now so you can see it. Okay, here is my DNA matches, shown 1 through 10. Do you see this right here? That is not my birth certificate father. He is a man that lived one town over from where I grew up and where my birth certificate father grew. He My birth certificate father grew up in the same town as him. This man is in his 70s, it says. It turns out his birthday is 3 years. He's 3 years older than my mother and my birth certificate father. So, I went a little bit further, and I see he has a son. And he's a little bit younger than me. He's a few years younger than me, which I kind of figure, you know. And, okay, there's John again. Well, as you see, this Michael shows up as a half-brother. And his centimorgans, Michael's centimorgans, are 2399.1. That is higher than John's. John shows up on here as 2004.8 centimorgans. Now, I know there's a little bit of discrepancy between the two companies. I don't know if one is, you know, I'm assuming, you know, just kind of average them out. But so, you know, I'm seeing I have two brothers. And then I've got a great uncle, first cousin once removed. I don't know that name. And I do not know these other names either. My cousin that showed up on my ancestry did not show up on this one, so I didn't know. You know, I was gonna ask my cousin that I know, Jesse, if he could upload his results to my heritage as well to see how that works out. But this right here, kind of, it's disturbing, to say the least, because the man I thought was my biological father